All right, for our October faculty meeting, we'll try this one more time. We will, in place of a faculty meeting, actually physically meet together once we get our school report card, which will be released Monday. So we will meet and go over that, but in lieu of that, we will do a video faculty meeting to go over board notes and other information to get that out to you as well. As far as board notes and information coming out of the board meeting, we do have, as of the October 1 count, 511 additional students to the district than we had last year at this time. So our growth trend continues. Our last 3 years, we've seen over 1,800 new students enter the district. So this has spawned a couple different directions for the district as far as growth. Obviously, a new elementary is under construction. That is building number 16. Number 17 will be on the next bond issue, which will be postponing a middle school addition for another school year. But as we've stated before, there will not be a bond this winter or this fall, this calendar year. The bond will not be until February. But it will be a very sizable bond, probably in the $75 to $80 million range. But then there will be an 18-month window before the next bond in 2014. That's due to some legislative requirements as far as bonds on certain months on even and odd years. And also just because of the growth for the district is going to be looking at adding basically 2 elementary schools in the following years. The goal for the district is to keep millage rates the exact same so the tax base does not increase. For you as a citizen of Edmond, and also your property taxes you do not see spikes in those. So even though the bond amount will be double what it normally is, it is covering basically 2 years of bonds, and you should not see any change in property tax, and the millage rate for that. So that will be a positive thing, and it's definitely to work with the growth that is happening throughout the district, and to make sure that we keep our class sizes in proportion to gaining as much success as possible. Some other things that were added as well, as far as budget goes, looking for this current school year, we have reached a level of 96% goes to payroll, and that is a very, very high amount for that large of a budget. We have kind of maxed out where we can go with that as far as the district perspective. So they're going to have to look at a very, very tight budget. Funding is flatlined. Federal monies have dropped. Other monies that have been there in the past as one-time payments, as far as stimulation and other bills that have come past in the past 3 to 4 years, those monies are gone. So the district also has to look at other funding sources, and state mandates have not always been funded at full as well. So the district is on a very, very strict, very tight budget as far as the percentages go. So just be in tune with that as far as impacting you directly or individually. They have taken on as very important that your step increase and compensating you is to be taken care of, but that's also could be of a concern in the future as long as the budget and appropriations no longer increase, but we are adding teachers and adding salary steps, looking at that overall budget percentage. So just something to look to in the future that you may hear more about. As far as our site budget, we will receive our money probably within the next week, so we will actually have money for the site allocation that we can start using for small things here and there. As far as monies in the activity budget, that is very, very tight. Some unexpected expenditures have come up that we are involved in that will be of benefit to our students, but it has created a very, very tight and minimal budget for us going forward on the activity budget. So there's not a lot of money available. There's not a lot coming in. So we will have our necessities, and that's going to be pretty much it. So asking for money is going to be tough from here into the future. So just keep that in mind. I did send out an email. This was a request also that when we do our professional day in February, that we would like to look at doing like a middle school conference just with Edmond, and having some of our teachers be presenters. So check your email and see if you are interested in presenting to a middle school group in the district on a topic that you feel a certain strength in, whether it be technology, PLCs, even ELL accommodations, something that you feel like you excel in and may have something that other teachers would like to see. Definitely let me know. We need to try to get a couple from Central to be on that list and to contribute to that professional development day. I think the structure of it we kind of set up, it looks like a very beneficial day to all. So, but if you would like to be part of that, definitely let me know. A few other board notes as far as Central, we did get the board did approve to work on our leak in 7th grade hallway. A company will be out, the bid has been awarded, they will be out very soon to work on a drainage system for that, and possibly I believe they're going to concrete or pave that area, so there will not be any more water running under the building or down along the edges, so hopefully that will help alleviate that issue. We also were granted monies to purchase trees for the existing trees on the property that have died the last couple of years and replace those in our arboretum out front that you see just a sign with no tree by it. That tree should be replaced in its proper place here in the very near future. So we're very excited about that, and Mr. Town included that for us. A couple other add-ons. I know Santa Fe and North both got big boost. Santa Fe's band program was invited to go overseas to participate, and North's drama was going to go over and do that as well. Those are on the agenda for next school year. So the board also granted them permission to do those events, which will be very exciting, and some of our former Central students will definitely be involved with that. Some policies have changed that are added to or altered just a little bit. The drug testing policy, which will start at the high schools, will be implemented, and that will be mainly for students that participate in OSSA activities. They will do a saliva test with those students, and they will be randomly chosen from those groups. That will eventually filter to the middle school. There's not a timetable on that. But you'll hear more about that in the future. They also looked at the drug and alcohol suspension policy was altered slightly as far as timetable for reduction of days, and if that information and those instances do progress, then we'll update you on those. But they just looked at changing some of the days and making it a little more punitive within the current framework that we already have. So. But still keeping it as a growth program for students that are first-time offenders without just kicking them out right off the bat. So we do have some flexibility there, but they did alter that slightly as far as number of days out and AISP days. So I think that'll be a benefit as well. I'll also be getting some information out to you about opportunities for